Hey guys, Motor here. This is a little tutorial for the Loonetta and the Oceanic, actually also showing how to work the retexturing system and also the recoloring system. Um, what we're gonna do here is first of all we're gonna make sure we have the manual for the boat, because inside the manual you'll find the box of factory textures, and we're going to use those both for applying on the boat as is, and also I will show you how to save them to your hard drive and modify them with Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you got to work with graphics in. So the first thing you'll do is you'll click the boat and you'll get the manual from the boat. Once you have it in inventory, you open it up, scroll down until you get to this Loonetta factory textures. This is an object embedded in the manual, so you click it and copy to inventory. And there we go. There we go. Objects. Now you need to res it out so that we can unpack it. I'll just put it here. And I'm gonna right click it and open, and we'll just give it a second to load up, and once it's done we'll copy to inventory, and there we go. It'll spam us a little bit here. We'll just click OK on those. There we go. We can delete the box now, we don't need that anymore. The first thing I'll show you is how to change the flag on the boat. That's probably what most people are gonna start out with. So click the boat anywhere that brings up the menu, then go to the setup menu and to retexture. You'll notice the boat suddenly displays this yellow hover text stating it's in retexture mode, and from now on when you click a prim on the boat, that prim will flash up to show that it's selected, and then it'll open up a text box where you can enter the UUID for the texture, because you can't just drag a texture onto this boat because it's no modify and it gonna work. But it ain't hard. Let's see. We'll start by clicking the side of the flag here, and you'll see the box here. Now let's find the texture we want to put on, and I would say let's put on the Euro flag. This one. You don't actually have to open it, but you just find it in inventory, and you right click it. Scroll down to copy asset UUID. Right click on that. You won't see anything happen here, but it's actually taking the key file for this texture and it's put it in the clipboard, and we can then paste that into the text box window here by pressing Ctrl and V. You'll see it paste the code just like that. So you click submit, and then you'll see the boat putting the texture on. Now for the flag, that's actually the opposite side as well, so we'll have to repeat it there, but that's very easy. Click that side, click in the text box, and then Ctrl V to paste the code, and then submit, and there we go. Now if that was it and you're done now and you wanted to close this retexture mode again, just click anywhere on the boat. That'll bring up the text box window again, but this time we're going to submit it without putting anything in the text box field. The boat will then know that we're done, and we will close the retexturing mode. Now if you just wanted to change the color of a part, then that's very easy. Just click from the menu, click setup, and then color and shine. Yeah, same deal as with the texturing. You get the yellow hover text here. I don't know if you can see it, stating that it's in color and shine mode. Now you simply click on a button that's well, we can try the cabin here. Click on the cabin, it'll flash to show that it's selected, and then you can mix the color down here. You got the R's for red, G for green, and B for blue, and you see the color up here. 111 means that's fully white, so we can say, well, we want a little bit less green. So for each click here, it'll go down. See, 0.4 now, and then maybe we want less blue as well, so that'll leave us with some red. You can also use the lighter and darker buttons here, if that's what you want. Let's get a red here. Let's just get it to about here. That looks pretty cool. If you want to change it again, just click it. I'll click on other part if you want that. You can also change the shine. So each time you click the shine, you'll see it changes the shine value. I'll just cycle through the options you have for it. You can also hide a part. Let's say we didn't really want to have the flag visible. So we can click it, and we can click the show hide button here, and voila, the flag is gone. Now if you want it back, you have to click on it again, and once again show hide. If you can't actually see it and you don't know where it is, you can use the hotkeys Control Alt and T. You see how that suddenly you can see everything that's transparent, right? So that way you can very easily see where you're supposed to click. Click the flag and show hide, and I'll come right back. To turn out that show transparency off, you just Control Alt T again. Okay, let's go back in the menu here, and we'll go back into the retexturing, but first we're gonna save some of the factory textures. All the textures that I supplied in that box were full permission, so you can save these to your hard drive. And how do you do that? Well, let's say we want to change the sail, the main sail, and we also want to change the hull of the boat. So we find these here. The main sail is here. It's called the L31 underscore mainsail underscore standard underscore text, whatever, you know, but that's the mainsail. That's only one of them, and it looks like this. So double click to open it, and then you want to save it, and we'll just save it as a TGA file. That's exactly what we need, and I'll just put it on the text desktop. You can rename it if you want, doesn't really matter. Now we can click OK here. Now I also want the hull, and we'll take the one that's just white and gray like this. This would be a pretty easy one to apply extra graphics on. So we'll do the same here. Save as TGA and save it to my desktop. Now, actually, I would take the name of the boat, which you can see on the stern here, is a separate face. That's a separate texture. That's like laid on top of the hull texture. So we can save that as well and give it a custom name. It'll be right here, L31 underscore boat name. You can see that's the texture, right? Now for this file, this is an alpha texture. You can see that by these squares. That's kind of showing that there's some transparency on it. That it'll make our life a lot easier if we save this as a PNG file instead of the TGA. Both can do the job, but it's just easier with the PNG. So we'll save it, and you can see it being saved as the PNG file now. Alright, next I'm gonna go into Photoshop. I have that open already, so that should be pretty easy. and we'll open these files in here. I want to open all of them at once. There you go. So now I got the boat name here, I got the hull, and I got the mainsail. Let's start with the boat name. Now, the reason I saved this was really just to get the aspect here, because we're not going to reuse any of this on the texture. But you could also just make a new one that is 512 by 128. You don't have to stick with that, but it just makes it easy if that's the aspect, and then it won't be stretched out or anything. So I'm just going to take the eraser here and just completely wipe that away. And we'll replace the name with something else. We'll just call it My Custom Boats. And I'll move this in around the middle. There we go. That's actually done now, and we'll just save it. We already have the transparent background, so it should work just fine for what we want it to do. And now we have to go in here and say it's a PNG. That's what we want, right? And we'll just save on top of the old one. Okay, and that's done. I can close that down if we like. The next is the sail here. I don't really know what I want to do with this one. I mean, like you could put some graphics on top of it, or you could just paint something on it if you like, or you could recolor it. You know, you can pretty much do you know, whatever you want to do with it. Now, the sails here in the middle, these here, those are the mainsail. Those that are upside down here, this is the jib sail that's in front of the mainsail. You can change those too if you like, but just for this example, I'm just gonna leave those as they are anyway. We'll just add some very simple graphics here. And no, it's not very pretty, but you know, it'll show you how it works. Oh well, that's it. I mean, let's save, and we can close it down, and we can do the same for this one. Now, yeah, I mean, we could do the same again. We could simply just draw some graphics here, and of course you have one and the other side, so you would want probably to have the graphics mirrored like this for each side of the boat. If you wanted to get very advanced with it, you could try and cut some of the things out and put them in layers, which might make it a lot easier to work with. I actually also do have a PSD. I'll see if I can put the link in with the video for downloading the PSD file that already has the layers. You might find that a lot easier to work with if you want to do custom hulls. Unfortunately, I don't have one for the sails because they're just one layer on my computer too. So never mind. We'll just save this. This is just an example anyway. And let's